Yes, thank you for having me and inviting me to speak about my book, which is The Master's Path. And the book is about how to intentionally create more happiness, joy, and fulfillment in your life. It was 1979. I was a first degree black belt. I had gone out to California to attend the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California. And I didn't like Stockton. All this time, I thought it was going to be like on the coast. And I realized, no, it was in the San Joaquin Valley. So I took $100 that I had in my pocket and I went down to San Diego, where one of my martial arts instructors had a karate school. I was a first degree black belt at this time and was fortunate enough that he hired me, which then turned into me living in the school and serving an apprenticeship that lasted a number of years, where I trained with many, many different master instructors. And so through this process, and now here it is 50 years later, I'm a ninth degree black belt, and I oversee an organization that currently we have 25 branches, and we're in the United States, we're in Australia, we're in the UK, we're in Mexico. And what I do is I help my clients, which are primarily my niche, are small business owners. They're mostly martial arts schools. I help them to gain more clients, to retain their clients longer, and then hopefully for them to learn how to maximize spend. So this is what we're kind of doing with the book. I'm talking a little bit about how I went through this process, this life journey, if you will, and how I was able to go through what I call the success paradigm. So let me explain, what is a success paradigm? The success paradigm is broken into 6 different steps, or if you prefer, 3 phases. So I'll do it by phase. Phase 1 is to learn and grow. We call it the memory stage. This is where we start to gain the knowledge and learn what we need to know to be able to succeed as we move forward. And it's during this phase where we teach, and I do leadership clinics and seminars and camps. This is where we teach men, women, and children the whole concept of Kaizen mentality. It's a Japanese term, and it simply means constant and never-ending improvement. It's a growth mindset. It's the X factor of success. It's what differentiates the successful from the significant. So from that area of what we call phase 1, learn and grow, we start to get into phase 2. And phase 2 is really, I think, where the rubber meets the road. Phase 2 is where we start to talk about sharing our knowledge and serving others. Because I think we all know that that's really where we make a difference. And so what we do is we train our members. I currently have about 1,000 members. We train them how to serve at a higher level. And we do that a number of different ways. One of the ways we do that is just to serve an apprenticeship. The best way to learn anything is to do it. So just as I worked for years for really no money at all, other than some food and a uniform, we teach our clients to learn whatever they need to do to succeed at that level. And so part of that is to have a passion for what you do, have a purpose for what you do, and then have the perspective of thinking about it from your client's point of view. Now, I actually have a pretty strong point of view on this because I've been teaching and coaching for a better part of 50 years. And that is that if you're going to do anything and you're going to do it well, you really need to get into the head of your client. You need to find out what it is that they need, what their pain points are. So we always start with asking the client, what is it that you really need and what is it that you want? And then we sit down and we set goals. So one of the things that we get into is the growth mindset, goal orientation, SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And at this point, we start talking about things like what I call in the book, the line of courage. And on that, I would like to say, I think that in today's world, we're really, unfortunately, lacking some of the core values that I think are so very important to success. And so we have in the martial arts, we have actually what's called the seven tenets: integrity, concentration, perseverance, respect, self-control, and humility. And it is my belief, and this is what I teach, is that if you want to be successful, it starts with integrity, and it ends with respect, self-control, and humility. So when we look at what's going on today in the world, one of the things that we see, unfortunately, is a lack of integrity. And we see a lack of respect for others. And oftentimes we see a lack of self-control. And unfortunately, we see a lack of humility. And we see that from our leaders. We see that from some of our corporate CEOs. So what we teach is we teach to live at a higher level. And so this then brings us to level 3, if you will, or phase 3 of the success paradigm. Again, phase 1 was learn and grow. Phase 2, share and serve. Phase 3 is to lead and inspire. So, inspiration, inspirato, is from within. To inspire, you have to be inspired. You have to have passion to get passion from others. So one of the things that we do here is we talk about, and in the book I cover this, the spiritual gift of the artist. The spiritual gift of the artist is nothing more than finding your superpowers, what you do really well, and then sharing that with super service. So superpowers, super service, it's giving your very best, it's playing all out, being fully in, and it's doing that as much as you can. And I'm sure we've probably all heard, I love the quote, I often talk about it, Zig Ziglar, one of my favorites from the old days. And he used to say, and I paraphrase, you can get anything you want in life, just as long as you help enough others get what they want. So to conclude today, I just want to share this message of moving from success to significance. And it starts with serving others at the highest level possible. And that's what the Master's Path is all about finding happiness, joy, and fulfillment by serving others at the highest level possible.